Hey, what's up, guys? It's Johnny in Japan. In this video, I want to talk about sashimi. Um, I'm also going to talk about sushi because it's sort of the same topic. So, in America, I would never ever buy sushi or sashimi uh, in a grocery or a convenience store, especially a convenience store. You're just asking for a trip to the hospital. So it came as a huge shock to me, a huge culture shock, when I came here and found out it was very normal to go to a conveni or a grocery market and buy sashimi or sushi. Uh, I was very hesitant about doing it. Of course, I've been living here for 2 years, so now it's normal to me. But when I first came here, it was very strange. And now that I think about it, I don't think I would ever eat sushi in America ever again if I ever went back. And that's a huge if. And what I mean by going back is visiting. I don't mean moving back because I've already made up my mind that I'm staying here. Um, Usually after the 2 year mark, a lot of people decide whether or not they're gonna stay or leave. A lot of people leave, but I'm gonna stay. But in terms of visiting, I don't really have any motivation to visit. I mean, I spent my entire life there, so I don't really have a lot of motivation to even visit. If anybody wants to visit me, that's totally fine, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. It's quite expensive and it's a long flight, which obviously for the same reasons, that's why I don't have very much motivation to visit my old country. I'm doing all right here. But yeah, so that's a huge culture shock, and a lot of people will get on the internet and people think they're experts, and anytime there's videos showing, that's very nice. That was 600 yen at my local grocery, uh, just maybe 5 minutes away from me. 5 minute walk. That's beautiful. Yeah, I see a lot of internet experts. Everyone thinks they're an expert because they got a Facebook account or something like that, and anytime there's any kind of videos that show raw fish, people go, "Oh, you're gonna get parasites. Oh, you're gonna die," and it's like, well, people have been doing it for hundreds of years, maybe thousands. I don't know. And they seem to be fine. Ah, this is so good. Look at this. It's beautiful. I got some sashimi sauce. Sashimi? Sashimi. A little bit too much sauce there. I kind of dunked it in there. But yeah, I get really tired of seeing that. I mean, you're never going to completely convince all the stupid people in the world, but hopefully some people, and I'm not sure if I'm the only person that's ever made a video talking about this. Probably not. Oh, there's my favorite. I love salmon. And it's good too. You might think that it's not as good. It's really good. It's really good. I don't actually know what's in here. I didn't look at the packaging. I can only tell. I guess that's tuna. Yeah. So before I came here, I tried sushi a couple times at American sushi restaurants, and at the time I thought, "Oh, this is so amazing." And then you come to Japan and realize what a grave lapse in judgment you had saying such things. Because now I look at videos of like American sushi restaurants, and I can't help it. Maybe this is gonna be kind of snobby, but I just sort of chuckle. People get really excited about their overpriced American sushi, and I come here and I'd rather go to Hamazushi and get the conveyor belt sushi really cheap than get any overpriced American sushi. I look back on it like, what was I thinking? I don't trust some young guy, some young white guy in his 20s dressed up in really nice clothes serving me sushi. I don't know, man. I guess I just trust Japan more on that. because I've heard a lot of bad things about sushi in America. Luckily, I only had it a couple times in America before I came here. Ironically, this is funny. Surprisingly enough, I actually did not try sushi or raw fish at all until a few months before I came to Japan. I had to know. Like, do I like sushi? I had to know. And I tried it a couple times, and I was like, yeah, I really like this. Honestly, though, it's just different when you come to Japan. A lot of people are going to roll their eyes. But anybody that knows, knows. They know what I'm talking about. So good. Sushi, despite what a lot of people think, is not actually healthy for you. The sushi part is the rice. When it's just the fish, that's sashimi. When you put the little rice underneath it, that's when it's sushi. And that rice is just full of sugar. So it's not healthy. You gotta watch what you eat there. But sashimi, you can just eat this all day. And I can. I don't like I don't like all this though. And no. And I don't even know if I'm supposed to eat that. Why am I looking that way? The camera's over there. So good. But yeah, that's another culture shock. I remember in my younger days, it was already a culture shock that people even ate raw fish. It took me a while to wrap my head around that. And I probably would have been one of those ignorant people that were saying, like, oh, you're going to get parasites. And yeah, I initially thought that I would get that and I would get really sick. Sometimes I think about it. It's best not to think about it. Sometimes I think about it and I go, you never know. You might get a bad case of, ill-prepared sushi or sashimi, and you might get sick. I'm not saying it's not possible, even in Japan. I'm sure it's happened. I haven't heard of anything like that. If anybody's had any bad experiences, let me know in the comments. But I've been here 2 years, and I've had a lot of sushi, a lot of sashimi, and I have not had any problems. I remember the first time I had sushi in America. It was at this small Japanese-style restaurant, and it was Asian people that ran it, but they were not Japanese. I think they were Chinese. It was good, but one of my coworkers went with me, and he had never had raw fish either. So it was both our first time doing that, and he really liked it. But then the next morning he texted me, and he's like, I am never eating sushi again. He's like, I got massive diarrhea. I felt awful, and I was like, I felt fine. So maybe his order. Well, I ate some of his order, because he got the California rolls, and I got a bunch of tuna and salmon and stuff, and we would just trade pieces, and so I didn't have any problem. So maybe his stomach is sensitive. I don't know, but I didn't have any problem with the place. I think it was called Yum Yum Sushi. I think. I don't know. It was a new place. It was small. They were nice people. But yeah, he said he would never try it again. And I was like, that's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate because I think he just had bad luck. Or maybe he has a sensitive stomach. Maybe it doesn't matter where he got the sushi. Maybe he would get sick. Or maybe it had nothing to do with fish at all. Maybe he just got sick for whatever reason. But I had no problem with it. Wow, I accidentally dropped it in there. That completely ruins it. You just take away all the taste. What do we got here? We still got some fish in here. We gotta dig through this mountain of bullshit. There we go. don't really like that. Yeah, so I'm not eating that bullshit. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about the differences between America and Japan in regards to eating raw fish. If you're in America, never ever eat raw fish from a convenience store. A market, I don't know, maybe. I really don't know. If it's prepared fresh, in your seafood section, I guess, by people who know what they're doing. But I wouldn't trust it either way. But yeah, you can come to Japan. You can go into a konbini and pick up sushi or sashimi, and you'll be totally fine. Um, don't hold it against me if something happens to you, but I've never heard of anybody having any problems. I've never had any problems. I've been here 2 years. So if anybody's wondering, is it safe to eat, I'd say so. So thanks for checking out this video. Come to Japan, get you some konbini sushi. You'll be totally fine. I mean, go to a Japanese restaurant because it's going to be better. But you won't find any problems going and getting konbini sushi or going to hamazushi or anything like that. I prefer to go to hamazushi because it's fun. It's got a little conveyor belt that goes around. You get to have a touch screen to order your food. It's more fun that way. But I feel like it's not really that much different from going to a traditional restaurant. I mean, the quality. I mean, some people will say like you're crazy. Like it's nowhere near as good. It's cheap sushi. But for me, it's just as good. I mean, for other people, they're gonna tell you that sushi is gonna taste better at a traditional restaurant. But maybe that's just me. I don't really care. I'll eat cheap hamazushi every day. I shouldn't, but I would if I could. But I try not to. So yeah, thanks for checking out this video. Follow me on Twitter at Johnny the Saiyan and on Instagram and Facebook at Johnny in Japan. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. And also, if you can, share it on your social media. I'm trying to get more viewers, get more subs. Thanks for checking out the video. I'll see you next time.